this class, we are going to see about lambda functions. Lambda functions, you can call it in another way. We can also call it anonymous function. It's a function which you can create in a single line. So when you create this is when you don't require to use that function and again in the code. So you go with creating this lambda functions, right? So this is like you're creating a function and you're not creating a function. It's like you just want to just create it for once and you just simply create, and it's a single liner, so it is easy to use. You don't require to reuse, you cannot. So it's just one line of code that you're adding to the your code base, right? So I will show you how you can write it, and this is something that you might see many developers use it in their code. So sometimes if you see what is this lambda and you get, okay, I don't know about it, right? So that's why I thought this is good thing to know. So, okay, let me give you example and then you'll figure out what it is, right? So any lambda function is written in a way that lambda, and then you have to give the arguments here, right? So you have to give the arguments here. I'm just writing. So this is a syntax, guys. So I'm just writing and colon, and then what you want to do with those arguments, like what action you want to do, right? Or what is a what operation you want to do, right? So let me just write operation, okay, with those arguments. Okay, so this is kind of a syntax. Okay, now let me actually write one lambda function. Okay, so let's suppose that I want you to write a function which print whatever I pass in the arguments. Okay, so whatever is my argument, that is printing a simple function which does that, right? So how you will write? You will write, okay, define def, right? And the function name, let's say I want to print something, right? So okay, so let's call it show value. Okay, so let's say this is your function that you sorry, this is a function that you're writing, right? So okay, and you want to print a. Okay, and whatever you print, you want, sorry, whatever you pass in argument, you want to print a, right? So this is your function, and finally how you run the function, you just call that function, right? Show underscore value, and in a, let's say I'm saying 5. If I run this, it is giving me 5. Okay, let's say I don't want to do that and I want to write this in a lambda function. How I can do it? Simply, guys, I will just do lambda. Okay, and my argument is what here? It's a, right? Colon print a. Okay, and you can store this in some variable. So let's say show. Let me make, sorry, let me create same name, right? Show value equal to lambda a print a. Okay, now call this show underscore value and pass 6 this time. Run this. Okay, so you're getting 6. So rather writing in this way, I can simply write in single liner, and it will create my function. Same function, you guys, you can see, right? I'm here printing, I'm 5, here I'm printing 6, just to show you the difference. If I run this one, it will again print 5. It's the same name, same everything is same I'm giving. It's like I can do the same thing in one liner. Okay, so with that, this is like a very simple. Why somebody will do something like this, right? I can simply print it. So let me take some other example. Let's say let's make it any arithmetic operation. Let's say you want to add something, right? To add, you need now 2 arguments here, right? So you can do that also. Let's try okay, lambda. So to add, right, same thing we'll do. Just see lambda and then you want to pass these time 2 arguments, not 1, because you want to add, right? So let's say x comma y colon, and what you want to do is like do x plus y. This is what you want to do, right? Let's save this into one function name, add equal to lambda xy x plus y. Now we have to simply call this add and give value for x and y. Let's say I'm giving 4 comma 2. So 4 comma 2 is 4 plus 2 should be 6, right? Let me run this. So I'm getting 6 here, right? I could have written in define add take input of x y, and inside, right inside, I could have written a expression that which defines that x plus y and then print the x y. Like I can do it in this way in a single liner, guys, also. Okay. So this is also an example where you are taking two arguments here and doing the operation and calling that function. So this is kind of a function. If you see, I'm calling this, right? Calling this, passing arguments and everything, right? So this is like a function, but you see how I'm creating. I'm not providing all the syntax which is required to define a function, right? But this way, I can just do it in one liner. Okay, so I want to show you one more thing. We can take another example, and this example will be little complicated than this one. Let's say you want to do add and subtract from the same function, right? If you want to do the same from the same function, we have already written this, guys. We have written this in our arithmetic or arithmetic class, right? We have written that kind of function also. So you take input, you add first, you subtract first, and then you print those things, right? Also, I think we have done in the our function class also. We have created a function which takes takes input from the user and print the values of add and subtract, right? So so let me write using lambda function now. Okay, so let's create a function name. So this function name we want to do add and subtract both, right? So let's say operate. Just I'm calling operate function. Okay, operate, let's call it up operate 1. Okay, equal to lambda, here again x comma y, and what we want to do, we want to x plus y. Also what we want to do, we also want to do x minus y, right? We want to subtract also. We want to do the same two different things with one function, x comma y. Sorry, now we have to use a parenthesis here so it understand this is a one argument only in the last. Okay, so now you're created a function with operate 1, which is, sorry, I did one mistake here, not here, it goes here, right? So x plus y, x minus y. Okay, x plus y, x is doing both the operations. Okay, so now we are going to get two outputs from here. X plus y is one output, x minus y will be another output. Correct. So we need to store this in two different values also, guys. I mean, sorry, two different variables also, right? So let's say x comma y equal to, call that function operate 1 and provide the x value and y value. Okay, so x, let's say x is let's go with 6 again, and y is 3. So it should return me x plus y, which is 6 plus 3, 9, and x minus y, which is 6 minus 3 is 3, right? So let's print our x and y. Print x, print y. Okay, so I'm printing x and y. Okay, let's run this. So if you see, guys, it's returning me 6 plus 3, which is 9 here, and x minus y, which is 3. Okay, so how did this happen, right? So I will just explain in part now. Okay, so you're creating this function which is created, and you're creating this function using lambda, so we don't need to define or do anything extra. So we'll just follow this, right? What syntax of lambda, which is here, right? So you write lambda, you define what is your arguments, okay, and then you do provide the what is operation with that argument, right? So I'm saying I have two arguments, x and y, and then I'm saying I want to do two different operations, x plus y and x minus y, as this will return me two different outputs, one for x plus y, another one is for x minus y. right? So I need to store this in two different variables also. I could have used something else, guys. Using x and y again is not ideal, but okay, it goes to the next line. So okay, it's not ideal, guys. You should not use x, y. Use something else, a, b, or anything else. Try to use that. So now I created two different variables, x and y, and as it is doing operation, sorry, and I'm calling this function now and providing 6 and 3. Okay, now I have a value in x, I have a value in y. After this, right, I have a value because it calls here when I run this one operate, right, it what where it goes, it goes back to operate, and then it goes to this, and here in x, right, let me just put here. So in here, right, in this particular lambda here, so what it does, it put value of x equal to 3, sorry 6, right, and value of y equal to, it puts 3, right, and then it goes ahead and do those operations. So it does the first operation here, which is 6 plus 3, and then it does another operation 6 minus 3. Okay, and then it return those values. So now it has a value of, 9 comma 3, right, and now it has and in below line what we did, we stored that in x and y, right. So same thing is stored in x and y, 9 and 3, and now we're printing it x and printing it y, right. So you might see this lambda functions, guys, in codes, because and that time you might feel that what is this? This is doing some operation but without creating any function. So don't worry. This is another way to create a function without defining it. I mean, without writing a function, you can also write a function. Understand it this way. It's something you do when you don't want to use that code again. It's like if you want to just use it once, so you don't want to define it, you can just put it in single line, use the lambda functions, and do your work. Okay, so you remember, guys, our every 10th class or every 10th session which I'm providing here in the playlist, right, will be a test. So you can try to take a test and try to see how good you're doing or how much you are getting in the course, right? So just try it out. I'm going to give 5 to 7 questions, right? Depend on what was the previous sessions, right? What were the previous sessions? And I'm going to give time. I'm going to give hint. I'm also going to discuss about the solutions, right? So I'll give you time to solve it. If you're not able to do it, I'll give you some hints. Use the hints. If you're not able to still do it, then there is a solution, guys. But try to do it by yourself. Okay, when we'll also discuss how we are doing it, so that way you'll get to know better that okay, so this function, if I have not understood, there is another chance that you can just go through it with the example, you can try to understand. Okay, okay, guys, so that's all for this class. Please subscribe, please give me like button. Thank you.